Yo, what's up guys? Mike Cimarelli here. I'm about to make another trip around the sun, meaning it's my birthday. And because of that, I'm not going to edit this video. I'm going to drink some whiskey. I'm going to eat some dinner on the camera. It's shrimp scampi. And it's awesome. It's actually with zucchini noodles. Thank you, Chelsea. I love you. So, as you may have wondered, or not, I learned a few things over last year. I did a video on these called like the decade dump, or the what I learned in 2021. I'll link that below. And I wanted to read you guys a little list that I came up of pertinent things that I learned at age 32. And some of these things I wish that I learned a heck of a lot sooner. And so a lot of these are going to be obvious, but I'm going to elaborate just a little bit. So the first thing was commitments are way more important than I thought. And like I always try to keep commitments. We all do. But sometimes we're late. Sometimes we forget. Sometimes we enter into a decision or a business arrangement or an agreement having not thought about something fully, or we get emotionally charged and then we make a decision that was not analytical or logical, and we think, oh shoot, I should not have agreed to that. I shouldn't have said yes to that. That's okay. Have some grace on yourself, but think things through. Try to think things through before you make the commitment. And if you can't make it, don't. Simple. I've learned to accept that ideas that I come up with are not mine. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say God, the infinite source of energy and knowledge, is all around us. And the Bible says we are made in His image. And you can go super deep with that, or you can just keep it for what it is, or you can look at it from like a hippie agnostic perspective and say the universe is around us, full of energy and enlightenment and knowledge. Okay, great. So let's assume that both of those are true, and let's assume that we can close our eyes, or maybe not even close them, but we can meditate and we can pull data from that higher source. And a few people that thought, or two that I can think of right now, Nikola Tesla and Albert Einstein, and Napoleon Hill, just to name a few. So a few people, not a couple. They all talk about closing your eyes and meditating and getting into a state where you can connect with like a person. Like it could be a deceased person. I'm not saying like voodoo or witchcraft or something like that. I'm literally saying connect with that person's energy and then solve a problem. And they all did that. Like not Nikola Tesla. Well, Nikola Tesla credits many inventions to that type of meditational process. But Napoleon Hill talks about having his invisible council. Like he would get in a room and he would meditate on those people being in that room. And I think he might have had statues or pictures of them. And he'd be like, so, Mr. Eisenhower, what, not really, but, what do you think about this? And he would meditate and like he would get answers. You might think that's completely loony, but this guy made millions and millions of dollars and authored many bestsellers that I think Think and Grow Rich is his number one, which more successful people have accredited as being a manual to their success than any other book written. So, something to think about. Another thing is pursue hard things. Like you are capable, or I'm capable of so much more than I thought. Sorry guys, my battery died. Okay. We are capable of so much more than we think we are, and it's amazing, and we should just run with it. We should just do more hard things. The next thing that I've really learned and internalized, and I kind of knew this like all along, but the body recovers way faster when you believe it can recover faster. So if you don't know who Dr. Joe Dispenza is, you should. Especially if you've had some injuries. This man is a genius. And I'll link one of his videos below so that you can watch. But essentially, he meditated his back together without surgery. Am I saying you shouldn't get a cast and you shouldn't take your meds? No. But Am I saying that there are not alternate methods? No, there are alternate methods and they do work. Faith or belief, like high levels of belief, are obviously required. And if you don't think it's going to happen, your brain's not going to tell it to happen. So like, don't even go down that route. Last year, I really got into neuro-linguistic programming. Many of you have heard of it as NLP. Many of you are like, what the heck is that? That's a deep conversation. If you guys would like to DM me, I am more than happy to give you a in-depth explanation. But NLP and Ericksonian model hypnotic language, which is another thing. If you want to DM me and talk about this, we can make a video on it. I just need some questions so I can kind of answer them because it's like such a huge topic and I'm not an expert, but I'm happy to connect you or find expert advice on this and give it to you. Those are used in TV shows, in the news, and in children's toy commercials. And it's so annoying. Well, it's actually interesting to me, but also annoying. Why would you want to buy a Play-Doh oven where like you have a plastic cup that like you squeeze a lever or push a lever and it squirts Play-Doh up for $49.95? And like you see like some kid like, oh, my whole life is so much better because I can squirt freaking Play-Doh out of this thing. No, dude, it's not better. That's a big mess and it gets stuck in the corners and you have to like dig it out and then it's in the carpet and the kid throws it away and wants to play with your cell phone or the remote or whatever, like, because that's the reality. Why would you want to buy that? You want to buy that because the advertisement is created so carefully. It plays on your senses, your visual, your auditory digital, and your kinesthetic, your feelings, your visceral response. Like, oh my goodness, if I buy this for my kid is going to be happy. And so much more than that. But anyway, having my eyes open to that and having taken that veil off has been really interesting to me. It's been really interesting. So, goodness gracious, do I have anything? I'm reading off of a cheat sheet here, a list. A couple other things. Politics are not that important. I have some strong views, but also my views are fluid in some ways. Not like my gender, but I'm just saying, like, I can think different things, and that's okay. And you can think different things, like that statement was offensive or something, and that's also okay. Because we can have different opposing models of the world, and we can sit down or get online and have a conversation about them, and then guess what? We can find some sort of common ground, and we can make progress, and that makes the world a better place. I like to say that diversification of ideas leads to colorful thoughts. And you know what? Like, you can code those and change those and arrange those however you want, but guys, we gotta move forward. We gotta get rid of this divide, and we gotta stop getting so darn offended over stuff. Like, just stop. Like, anyway, I've been looking at this, like, I need to stop getting so offended. I need to stop worrying about this or that politician doing this. Like, yeah, I get it. These people are trying to infringe. They're trying to change things. They're trying to tax us much higher. I don't know if you know this, but now they're taxing eBay transactions. So like this camera that I'm on right now, like say I am a modest amateur photographer, videographer, and I bought this camera and I paid $2,800 for it. And so I paid a lot of sales tax. Like, so let's just say it's 10%, so I paid $280 sales tax. And I decide that, for my work, I really need a better camera, so I'm going to upgrade this to a $4,000 model. And so I want to sell this one on eBay, and I can get $2,500 for it. Now, I have to pay income tax on that camera. Why? Why is that fair? That doesn't make any sense to me. I just paid sales tax on it, and now I have to pay income tax on it if I sell it. Just little things like that, they get to me sometimes, and I just have to say, you know what? That's just the different model of the world now, and I've got to work around it. That's all. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys. I'm sure I missed a few things in this video. Like I said, I'm not going to edit it, other than piecing this onto that clip earlier from when it died, but yeah, happy birthday to me. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'd love to get this conversation going, or get a conversation going, because I know I kind of left you guys hanging. I had like no voice and like, I don't know, strep throat or something, and something weird, like some nasty bug that was going around, and you know, I still had taste and smell and all that jazz, and I didn't have the COVID symptoms, but man, I got knocked out and I got really busy, and I had this whole wave of like, you're gonna be 33 now, and you know, just like, it took me offline for a little bit, and you know, I've had to re-gear a lot. So I just wanted to share this kind of raw video with you guys, like no editing, no zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, to like try to keep your attention, just kind of be real with you guys. And you know, if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, share some comments on it, like let's talk. If you didn't like anything I said, please drop that in the comments. Like, let's go from there. Take care. Bye now.